Haley says to her father, I have brought my boyfriend to introduce him to you. The old man says, son, why have you brought so much stuff? There was no need for this. Yong replies, these things had been lying in my house for many days. No one was eating them, so I brought them along. Here, take them. I knew that someone in your house would end up eating these things, because poor and rural people like you would hardly have ever seen such expensive and such things aren't available here in the village. They are only found in the city. He smiles arrogantly, and then both of them come and sit down. Yong asks, who is this? Haley tells him, this is my mother. Yong, making fun, says, is this your mother? You don't look like her at all. And the old man who was standing there, was he your father? You don't look like him either. Let me tell you who you look like. That old security guard standing outside. I think he is your real father. The old woman says, get to the point. What is the real matter? Yong mockingly says, yes, let's talk about the real matter. I've heard that all of you belong to a village. The old woman says, yes. Yong makes fun and says, we live in the city and you people live in the village. You probably don't even have enough money for me to marry your daughter. You will have to give a lot of dowry. The old woman says, tell us clearly, what do you want? Yong replies, I want a very big house and a car as dowry, and I also want $1 million. Only then is marriage possible. Otherwise, there will be no marriage. The old woman replies, son, if there is anything else, then tell us. Yong replies, a bungalow. You will buy one for me, and a similar bungalow you will buy for my parents. You can talk to your daughter about it. Haley says, Mom, listen to what he is saying. Yong says, the kind of car and bungalow you give me, you will give the same kind to my parents as well. Only then is our marriage possible. Otherwise, I will never marry in this filthy village. Haley starts to say something, but the old woman says, be quiet, and then says, all right. Smiling, Yong says, Mom, you agreed so quickly. You are very nice. There is nothing wrong with being from a village. I am ready to marry your daughter. The old woman smiles and says, that is a good thing. Yong turns to Haley and says, let me tell you something. Your mother is very good. She did the right thing by sending you to the city. You are educated in the city. Haley says, you should go back. We cannot accept so many conditions. This marriage will not happen. Yong angrily says, what is your problem? When your mother has already accepted all the conditions, why are you refusing to marry? Stay quiet. The old woman angrily says, I was considering my daughter's wishes. There is the door. Get out. Yong, extremely angry, says, you people are very cheap. How can you do this? First you said you would accept every condition, and then you did such a cheap act. I will never spare you people. I will do something very bad to you. You will see. The old woman angrily says, you cheap man. You cannot harm us in any way. Go, do whatever you want. Then she turns to her daughter and says, my child, I am not saying that you should not have a love marriage. You should marry someone who loves you, not someone who wants to marry you by demanding so much money. How and from where will we bring all this? We are poor. Haley says, Mom, you are right, and you get out. Yong angrily makes gestures at both of them. The old woman says, get out, and he leaves angrily. The purpose of this video was to tell girls that they should do love marriages, but only with someone who truly likes and loves them, not with someone who is greedy and wants to take money from their poor parents. In such situations, poor parents are forced because they do not have money. All parents should never marry their daughters to such cheap people, and daughters should also never waste time with such boys. How did you like our story? Please give your valuable opinion. Thank you.